Homan, great patriot. He is the incoming real border czar. Donald Trump wanted a real border czar, and he's going to have a great border czar. Tom, there's some yammering out there that we can't use the military to bring criminals and others to justice, and that is to deport them out of our country and deport other people who are illegally. And I've been doing a little bit of research on this, Tom. There's a great piece by the senior legal counsel of the Center for Immigration Studies in the history of the Posse Comitatus Act of 1878, which people say means you can't use the military for police actions in the United States. That's not what it says. Not only is that not what it says, that's not why it was passed. It was passed to prevent the U.S. Marshals from being able to call up the military without the authority of the President of the United States. So Congress passed this law, and they said essentially that these underlings, Department of Justice, these other people do not have the power to call in the military for law enforcement and police actions. And in fact, the Attorney General to Dwight Eisenhower had said that if the Posse Comitatus Act is actually applied this way, it's probably unconstitutional because it ties the president's hands. Now, you and I aren't saying that we ought to bring in the military, to be chasing people all over the place. But this is a national security federal action that you're talking about if you're rounding up illegal immigrants by the hundreds of thousands, because we've had illegal immigrants imported into the country by the hundreds of thousands. What's your general thinking about this? It seems to me we need to have a definitive legal statement, not just go with the media comments.
Well, I think the media is wrong on just about everything they print. Look, we need DOD. I'm hoping we get DOD's assistance, and I think President Trump can make that happen. I agree with you. The southern border, I've been saying this for almost 4 years. What's happened to our southern border is the biggest national security vulnerability this country's seen since 9/11. We know terrorists have crossed that border. Just take Tren de Agua, for example. They are a threat to our national security. The cartels of Mexico have killed 250,000 Americans with fentanyl. We have a lot of dangerous people in this country. We need to find and remove them because they directly pose the biggest national security threat to this country right now. And even Christopher Wray, who I have zero respect in, even he's testified numerous times, this is a huge national security threat.
Let me ask you something that's really not discussed as well. If we don't deport most of these people under current interpretation of law, and they have children in this country, they become U.S. citizens, then we have chain migration, which was passed in 1965. So you're talking about 21 million people, maybe more, maybe less, who knows, but a lot. And at some point in the not too distant future, you're going to have citizens from these illegal aliens, and you're going to have chain migration. So that 21 million can turn into 100 million, 140 million, 180 million in one generation of people in this